What's up, guys? Today's lesson is on an animal that's been all over my feed, the sea lion. More specifically, I'm talking about the California sea lion. Those are the ones you've probably seen in videos. You know, these ones. Aren't these guys awesome? I find them to be one of the funniest sea creatures in the world, though I don't think there's much competition for it, so maybe it wins by default. Their scientific name is Xylophis californianus. Californianus? Really? Surely we could have come up with something less generic. It's like that one element californium. We really couldn't think of a cooler name for that either? Like, come on, man. Now, putting their goofiness aside for a bit, sea lions are pretty big, with males reaching up to 8 feet long and females up to 6.5 feet long. As you can assume, their max weights also differ. Males can weigh up to 860 pounds, while females can weigh up to 240 pounds. A crazy difference considering their max lengths are pretty close. Something found only on the males is a raised forehead called a sagittal crest, which has lighter fur compared to the rest of the bodies. Speaking of, adult sea lions have overall slim bodies and are often dark brown, though females can be tan and males tend to have lighter bellies and sides. Now, some people mistake sea lions as seals, but because of the fact that they have ear flaps, they aren't true seals. While true seals belong to the family Phocidae, sea lions belong to the family Otariidae, so you better not mix them up now that you know. In addition, sea lions have long front flippers to propel them through the water, making it another difference they have from true seals, who rely on their back flippers to swim. The sea lion's smaller back flippers act as rudders to help steer, coming with 3 to 5 claws so they can groom themselves. Oh no, not that kind of grooming. I mean the good grooming. The cleaning one. Sea lions can easily twist and swim through the ocean due to their slim and flexible bodies, being able to swim up to 30 miles per hour while they hunt, avoid predators, or just play. But on land, it looks nowhere near as fluid, since sea lions rotate their back flippers under their bodies and walk on all 4 flippers to support their body weight. So unfortunately, they don't galump like seals do. The sea lion's body is also insulated by a layer of blubber, along with a layer of fur that can trap water to its skin and warm it up to the sea lion's body temperature. These characteristics help reduce the amount of heat they lose to their environment. This does come at a cost though, since they're very prone to overheating. They don't have any natural bodily functions to help them with that, so instead, they do stuff like floating on water in groups with their flippers held out, called rafting. I will say, it doesn't look nearly as weird if it's just one doing it, but a whole group doing it? The first person to witness that must have been spooked. Looking at their heads, they've got thick whiskers made of keratin called vibrissae. That's the same stuff our nails are made out of. Their whiskers do have a natural use though, believe it or not, which is to help feel the shape and size of things as well as detect vibrations and sounds. Sea lions also have pretty good vision both on land and underwater, even in darker areas. Looks like they've been eating their carrots. Just kidding, that's a myth. What kind of idiot would believe that? Me. I would. And I didn't like them. They can also hear both on land and underwater, but can't smell underwater and have to open their nostrils at the surface to breathe. And of course, sea lions are very loud and social sea creatures. They can bark, growl, bleat, or roar to communicate with other sea lions. Females specifically actually have their own calls unique to them and their pup. This makes it easier for them to find each other, where afterwards, the mother will sniff her pup to confirm it's hers, since they each also have a unique smell to them. To the surprise of no one, the California sea lion is found along the west coast of North America, from southeast Alaska to the southern tip of Mexico, and in between this range is, you guessed it, California. They can be found on rocky or sandy shores, where they can gather in groups of several hundred to several thousand sea lions. Now the big question is there such a thing as too many sea lions? Yes, there is. Look, I'm okay with several hundred, but several thousand? I love them just as much as the next guy, but that's just way too many. Many sea lions have become pretty used to human activity too, hanging out on jetties, piers, and even offshore buoys. Why they do this? I don't know. Especially when they're on buoys. That I really don't get. Sea lions are pretty generalist feeders, eating a large variety of prey including anchovies, herring, rockfish, squid, and octopuses. They'll catch their prey with their 34 to 38 cone-shaped teeth and 4 canines, then try to swallow it whole. They often feed around the ocean's surface, but they can dive as deep as 1,000 feet down if they need to. They can even snatch fish from fishing lines and nets, so if you're fishing in their territory, don't be too bummed out if they steal your fish. Now, sea lions tend to hunt alone or in small groups, but if there's a large supply of food, they can hunt in bigger groups. It's known that sea lions can also hunt cooperatively with cetaceans and seabirds, and beat the power of friendship. As for the reproductive habits, male sea lions are polygynous and will establish their own territories on islands or remote beaches, each including a group of females called rookeries. Each individual male will occupy and try to defend their territory for around 27 days, during which they won't eat anything. Instead, they'll rely on their thick layer of blubber for energy, so the bigger the male, the more blubber he'll have, and thus, the longer he can defend. While the male defends his territory, he'll perform both aggressive physical displays and aggressive vocalizations, even attacking other males if they try to invade his territory. This territory defense will occur for as long as the male is able to, since some factors can change and result in the current male leaving. If this happens, another male can replace him, now in charge of protecting that territory. As for the females, the gestation period usually lasts around 11 months, with most births happening in June. But the California sea lion can do something called delayed implantation, where even though the female's egg is fertilized after mating, it doesn't implant into the uterine wall just yet, and will instead only start developing sometime in October. This is how it's possible for most births to occur in June. When females give birth, they only give birth to one pup and are protected of them for many days. Weirdly enough though, after only 3 to 4 weeks of giving birth, the mother is ready to mate again, despite having the equivalent of a newborn to take care of. Take care of my baby? Who cares? I'ma go get laid again. I'm just kidding. They're actually okay, moms. After birth, the mother will now alternate between nursing her pup and feeding. She'll nurse her pup for a couple of days, leave her pup ashore to go into the sea and feed herself for a couple of days, then come back ashore to nurse her pup again. Wait, maybe I was right. Maybe they could be getting some sea lion action. But during the time its mother feeds, the pup won't eat anything. This cycle will repeat for a while until the mother starts to wean her pup off, beginning to do so after 6 months to a year until they give birth to another pup. So if you spot a sea lion pup by itself on shore, it's important that you leave it be. Its mother is probably just out feeding. Or getting laid. But when the pup is now living on its own, it can live around 15 to 20 years in the wild, but up to 25 to 30 years in human care. It's not that we take care of them better, it's probably due to the fact that, there's no predators that can eat them there, like orcas or great white sharks. Well, not in the same place at least. Now, according to the IUCN Red List, the California sea lion is classified as a least concerned species. Their numbers have actually been increasing since at least 1975, after the Marine Mammal Protection Act was passed. In fact, they're the only species of sea lion whose populations are increasing. But like all other sea creatures, they do face threats. One of their main threats is getting caught in fishing gear. Sea lions can get stuck in traps or gill nets, then dragging and swimming with them for a long time, causing fatigue, difficulty feeding, or severe injury, all of which can lead to death. As a result, every year, sea lions are captured in order to take off any fishing gear that they might have been caught on. Some have even been treated for gunshot wounds. What kind of monster would do that? Death sentence for all of them. Every single one of them. I don't care. How could they? Unless you're being attacked, you deserve it. Because sea lions are also very easy to see in the wild, human interaction is a very possible threat for them. It's crucial to not feed them, since this changes their natural behaviors and makes them more comfortable with humans and boats. For example, they can associate humans with easy food, thus changing their hunting behaviors. And finally, harmful algal blooms, where algae grows out of control, can be fed by agricultural runoff and other pollution, which poison sea lions. They produce toxins that kill fish, mammals, birds, and even people if things get extreme. Since California sea lions are top predators, these toxins can build up in their bodies, leading to seizures or death from domoic acid poisoning. But anyway, that's about it for today's lesson. Subscribe for more fish facts, and I'll see you next time.